Hola, año 11, hello year 11, and welcome to our new topic, which is fiestas y celebraciones. This topic will probably take us until half term, so we've got this week and then, is it next week? And then it's half term, so about 5 lessons all in all. I begin today with fiestas. Now, mostly general knowledge, but Spain is famous for the amount of fiestas that go on. A fiesta is just like a party or a celebration, and you can have different types of fiesta. You can have religious, or you can have fiestas which are literally just for fun, just cause. There's far too many to know off by heart, so the aim of today is to get an idea and some understanding of a handful of the main ones. And we'll go into more detail on one or two of the more interesting ones next week. So to begin, on Moodle, hopefully you will find the sheet that's entitled ICTS Research. Now you can fill this in English if you like, apart from where it says you have to do it in Spanish. We've got a list of 9 festivals going down the side there. We've got Las Fallas, we've got El Colacho, we've got La Batalla de Vino, Las Hogueras, Noche de Vieja, Feria de Abril, Reyes Magos, El Rocío, and the Fiesta de Santa Marta de Ribartermi. Now, a bit of research, a bit of ICT independent work for you was to find out for each of those, where is it celebrated and when, who celebrates it and why, is this festival religious or is it just for fun? 15 essential words, now this can be verbs or nouns or adjectives, anything like that, in Spanish for describing this festival, and then a very brief description and your opinion on your first impressions of this festival in Spanish. That is just a sentence. Okay, so when you've done that, you then move on to this, Las Fiestas. If you were to be examined on Las Fiestas or celebraciones, they would obviously ask you a little bit about what you know about Spanish festivals, but also British festivals as well. So a real easy task to begin with would be match the festival to the picture. You're going to have to label your pictures A to however many there are, and you match them all up. So what do you think El Día de Navidad on El 25 de Diciembre might be? You would match it up to the correct picture. Anything you don't know, anything that you're not sure of, there shouldn't be too many issues going by the dates, but just in case, use wordreference.com or your own Spanish dictionary, not Google Translate. Next, things that you do to celebrate festivals. Again, fairly straightforward to begin with. It will get more difficult as we go along. I'm not anticipating many issues here. But below are a number of phrases saying what you do to celebrate festivals. You match them to the English. I'm sure this will be fairly straightforward. Just a case of getting the vocabulary into your books. Now this next task, I think, if you've got a printer and you really want to do the crossword, then feel free. But the crossword isn't the main issue here. Again, it's just the things that you do during a fiesta. And again, it's just matching up the phrases to make more complicated sentences. As long as you know what each one means and how they match up, you're doing fine. If you can, then you can print out the worksheet, which is on Moodle, and you can fill in the crossword and go from there. But as long as you've got the vocabulary, that is absolutely fine. Now then, listening. Obviously, Spain has fiestas and festivals, so does Latin America. So many of these festivals involve dance. Now you might have heard of flamenco. Well, there are other types of dance that come from Spanish-speaking countries, and we have a link here which you need to click on, and it's going to talk to you about a Colombian dance called La Puya Loca. You click and you scroll to 1 minute and 24 seconds. It's not a huge clip anyway, where you'll start hearing Carolina and Diana discussing this dance. Your task is to listen and fill in the gaps. So Carolina will say, hola, something aquí en el patio, blah, 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 blah. You need to fill in the gaps. You can play this as many times as you like. Doesn't bother me, not at all. If you can do this without any help whatsoever, you will absolutely fly in, because that would be a really, really good skill. If you want, when I flick over this slide, you will see the option words. Clearly, these option words are not in the right order. Some of these option words might help to fill in any ones that you have missed. You can also use what you know about Spanish and what Spanish phrases you might know to fill in the gaps without even listening. That is a high-end skill. See how you do. Remember, there are 13 option words, which would suggest to me that there are 13 gaps. Moving on. After that, you are then going to do a little bit of basic comprehension on La Puya Loca, and that's answering the following questions, this time in Spanish, unless it says in English. So, for example, this one here, what do adelante and atrás mean? Well, you're going to have to answer that in English. Remember, it's based on this text. Okay, so other Spanish fiestas that you need to consider. Now, if you can't see exactly what's going on in each of these photos, on the next slide I have this but enlarged. You're also free to download the PowerPoint from Moodle and have it on its own if you'd like. So the task here would be to match the picture to the description to the name of the festival. Now I'm going to read them out to you. Number 1. This isn't necessarily San Fermín, you'll have to decide, but it's en esta fiesta que se celebra en el mes de febrero, miles de personas salen a la calle durante más de una semana. La fiesta cuenta con música, grupos de disfraces, etc. y se celebran concursos como la gala de elección de la reina. You can use the internet here to help. Absolutely. 2. Es una fiesta que se celebra en el pueblo valenciano de Buñol, en la que los participantes se arrojan tomates los unos a los otros. Se celebra el último miércoles del mes de agosto dentro de la semana de fiestas de Buñol. When you read that sentence, which of those pictures do you think it's representing, and therefore which title would it be? 3. Es una fiesta que se celebra en Sevilla en primavera después de la Semana Santa. Tiene la característica de que al menos el primer día de la fiesta pertenece al mes de abril y normalmente tiene una duración de 6 días. La feria se celebra en una especie de ciudad artificial conocida como el Real de la Feria, donde se instalan típicas casetas de feria. Having read that, what do you think it is, and what's the name? 4. Esta fiesta comienza con el lanzamiento de un cohete desde el balcón del Ayuntamiento de Pamplona al mediodía del 6 de julio y termina a medianoche el 14 de julio con el Pobre de mí, una canción de despedida. Una de las actividades más famosas de estas fiestas es el encierro, que es una carrera de unos 800 metros delante de unos toros. Los encierros empiezan a las 8 de la mañana y duran entre 2 y 3 minutos. Now, you're not looking to understand everything here. There's a lot going on there. But you're looking for keywords which are going to lead you to the right answer. 5. Son personajes procedentes de la cultura popular cristiana. En la actualidad su función es principalmente la de vigilar el comportamiento de los niños y dependiendo de cómo se portan, les traerán regalos una vez al año el 6 de enero. Festival 6. Está considerada como una de las fiestas más importantes de España. Es de carácter religioso y consiste en una peregrinación en honor a la Virgen del Rocío. Los caballos, los carros, la gente vestida con trajes típicos de la zona, las comidas en el campo, la devoción a la Virgen y la alegría de la gente son la esencia de esta fiesta. Number 7 es una fiesta que se celebra el 14 al 19 de marzo en la Comunidad Valenciana. Se celebran en honor a San José, patrón de los carpinteros. La fiesta consiste en construir un conjunto de figuras que representan personajes famosos y la noche del 19 las queman en las calles de la ciudad. And our last fiesta es la fiesta religiosa más importante para los cristianos y sucede durante la Pascua. Se celebra durante una semana en toda España, pero se vive con mayor intensidad en el sur. Ahí numerosas procesiones sacan imágenes religiosas a la calle. Los trajes son de diferentes colores y llevan un gorro en forma de cono que cubre la cara. So, me reading it out was just so you could hear a little bit more Spanish. Just to repeat, which picture is each paragraph representing in your opinion, and therefore which title would you give to it? A little bit of internet research will probably be needed to back this up. And there, as I mentioned before, is the bigger picture. Okay, so when you've done all that, I need you to think about making any new words, making a note of any new words from here in your book, and then see if you can write a definition in Spanish for the following 2 festivals. Use the examples that should say on the previous slides, so these, to help you. So we're looking to describe in Spanish in as much detail as we can what happens on the 5th of November and El Dia del Panqueque. I'm hoping you can figure out what that means. See what you can do. I'll be on Teams to take any questions that you may have. And then if you'd like your work looked at, marked, confirmation of the correct answers, especially for this task, then either email me a picture of your work or upload it to Moodle, whichever you prefer. Muchas gracias. Adiós.